So here we are, it's Monday, and it's time to dissect the Premiership weekend again. And let's start with the elephant in the room. Chelsea were terrible. Now this has been an awful week for Mourinho and for Chelsea as a whole. I didn't have a lot of hope for Chelsea going into the game yesterday, but 3-0 and a tepid performance, it was pretty woeful stuff. As Chelsea fans, one of the things that we always feel confident with Mourinho is that he'll get the tactics right. But Chelsea tactically at the moment are a mess. Let's be clear, Cesc Fabregas is not a holding midfielder. Willian isn't a number 10, and Ramirez is not a right winger. Willian should have been where Ramirez was, Ramirez where Fabregas was, and Fabregas where Willian was. But even then, this deep line that Chelsea have been playing to accommodate the ageing John Terry just means that people have a free run at their defenders. Chelsea could have been 4-0 down after half an hour. Now I don't think that this is a Chelsea team in huge trouble. We still have too many good players, but yesterday was pretty average. Jose, I don't know whether taking off John Terry the first time in 177 games was a cry to Roman for John Stones. But one of the issues with Mourinho and Chelsea is that there's no point buying new players if you're not going to play them. One of the reasons that Terry and Ivanovic look so knackered out there is because they've just played so much football. Did Terry really need to play every minute of last year? Kurt Zouma came on at half-time, but the guy's got so little game experience. How many games could Felipe Luis have played last season, allowing Azpilicueta to come to the right and give Ivanovic a break? He looks out on his feet. This has not been a great week for Chelsea. No one's hitting the panic button. In Jose we trust, but things have to improve and improve quickly. And Jose, hey, come on, why don't you kiss up and make up with Eva? I don't think that would be that unpleasant anyway, would it? Now, in an effort to cheer myself up, I imagine what it must like to be a Sunderland fan. I don't know if you're aware, but Sunderland fans under a certain age actually think that football matches last 65 minutes. That's the average length of time a Sunderland fan sits in his seat at the Stadium of Light. Now, I don't know anything about Mrs. Advocat, but I'm sure she's a pretty lovely lady. She's dutifully followed her husband all over Europe, and she's endured some pretty tough winters, the likes of St. Petersburg and Glasgow, but this is going to be a pretty miserable one on Weir's side. I don't know what Dick was thinking when he took this job full-time. I presume there would have been money to spend, that there was a grand plan, but Sunderland looked terrible, and the little general doesn't look to have any answers. Dick, you should have sent the flowers back, or just said they were a present from you to the wife. This is going to be a tough, hard season, Sunderland fans. Now, one Dutch manager going home to his wife, I think with a big smile on his face, is Louis van Gaal. Although I do have a suspicion that Mrs. Van Gaal is happy for her husband to stay at work. Because if Louis was at home with time, the fridge would probably be where the TV was, the car would be parked in the garden, the flower vase would be in the oven, who knows what he would get up to. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because Manchester United keep winning. Now, I'm not giving that goal to Januzaj. The last touch was from the defender. That means Manchester United have won 2 games without scoring a goal. And I would actually harbour a bet that they can go and win the league without scoring a goal. They'll be the first team ever to do it. They've had 2 teams that have just simply rolled over. I think that Van Gaal looked at the Sir Alex handbook. What does Sir Alex do best? He gets teams to basically not try. Villa were murderously bad again. Manchester United were average, but they don't need to be any better than this. And as for David De Gea, they don't even need a keeper full stop. Such is the lack of appetite from the teams they're playing. It is miserable fare, and Villa, you were poor. Why can someone please give Manchester United a game? Now, I'm going to reserve some ire this week for Southampton. Not so much because they were hopeless, and they made me look a bit of a Charlie with my prediction of a comfortable home win, but because now I've got to sit down and listen and read about how great Roberto Martinez is, how he's the new Pep Guardiola again, and how Ross Barkley is the new Paul Gascoigne. Well, neither of you are. Barkley, we should remember, is a player that his own fans were booing all of last season. This is nothing new. They won one game of football. These are not the new messiahs. Please, everyone, put a lid on it. Now, I'm probably going to be accused of picking on Arsenal. So let's just be honest and admit that we are. Arsenal, of course, won on Sunday, away to Palace, offering some redemption after their opening day defeat to West Ham. And I have to say that Arsenal are a decent team. And in Özil and Sanchez, they have two of the absolute best players in the world. Players who can literally play for anyone. But this is the same Arsenal it ever was. They destroyed Palace for half an hour before giving away a flimsy goal. And they could have been 2-1 down when Palace hit the post at the start of the first half. So, yeah, they won, but again, absolutely no organisation at the back. Francis Coquelin's their holding midfielder. He's a walking yellow card. He should have been sent off twice yesterday. And Carzola's a fine player, but in the same way that Fabregas can't play there for Chelsea, he shouldn't be playing there for Arsenal. And as for Per Mertesacker, I mean, this is a guy taller than most NBA players. He's taller than most of the women in a Thai bar. Come on, you know what I mean. This is a guy with, I don't know how many caps for Germany. He's won the World Cup. He can't head a football. Surely if you're a centre-back and you're that tall, how can you be that bad in the air? Arsenal are not going to win anything this year. It's going to be the same pretty football with a little end product and no meaningful silverware. And so that pretty much takes us to the conclusion of our weekend roundup. I think about the only bright spot for me is that I have to be up early tomorrow morning, which discounts the possibility of me watching Liverpool-Bournemouth tonight and watching Milner and Henderson making shuttle runs from box to box for 90 minutes. I'm sure that'll be one not to miss for the footballing purist. Anyway, over and out.